DreamWorks didn't just make villains for Po to punch. Somehow, they accidentally created a perfect villain formula.
Now I will destroy everything he has created!
Each one pushes Po differently, exposing something deeper. Not just bigger threats, not just stronger enemies, something deeper. Today, I'm breaking down how DreamWorks built some of the best animated villains ever. Tai Lung.
Oh, yes, you have a new favorite. So where is this Po?
Tai Lung is the kind of villain who makes you understand the problem before he even starts punching people. He does not walk into the story like a random enemy. He enters like a prison system failure with claws. The moment he escapes Chorgom prison, I'm not thinking, oh no, a villain. I'm thinking, why did you build an entire prison around one snow leopard and still lose? That place had guards, chains, traps, security systems, and dramatic lighting. Yet Tai Lung walked out like he was leaving the gym after leg day. At that point, security did not fail. They resigned. What makes him great is that he is not evil just because the movie needs conflict. He is broken because greatness was dangled in front of him, built into him, and then suddenly taken away. He was promised a destiny, trained for it, shaped by it, and then denied the one thing he believed gave his life meaning. That hurts. It does not excuse him, obviously, because throwing your entire village into trauma is a bit dramatic, but it explains him. His fighting style also tells the story. Every move is fast, brutal, direct, and angry. He does not waste time giving speeches every 2 seconds. He talks, yes, but mostly with knees, elbows, claws, and property damage. He feels like years of resentment turned into a martial arts weapon. The best part is his defeat. Po does not beat him by becoming a better version of him. Po wins because Tai Lung cannot understand the joke, the softness, or the emptiness of the Dragon Scroll. He loses because he spent his whole life chasing a secret that was never there. This is villain writing with actual teeth. Feng Huang, the owl.
You must be Feng Huang!
Yes, and you must be 300 pounds.
DreamWorks had something genuinely interesting with Feng Huang, placed it in the maybe later drawer, and forgot the drawer existed. She is an owl with a history, betrayal, and that old master gone wrong energy. Yet somehow she still feels like someone who should be more famous than she is. Her concept is genuinely strong. A former member of the earlier Furious 5 turning evil is not a small idea. That is a full movie idea wearing TV episode clothes. I hear that backstory and immediately expect emotional damage, betrayal flashbacks, maybe even a dramatic rain scene. Instead, the story treats her like a guest star who needs to leave before the next commercial break. Feng Huang works because she feels like a warning. She shows what happens when skill becomes arrogance. She is not some random bandit shouting in the street. She had training, status, respect, and still managed to look at wisdom like it was optional homework. Basically, she saw inner peace and said, "No thanks, I prefer being difficult." Compared to Tai Lung, though, she lacks the same emotional punch. His pain feels personal. Her fall is interesting, but it is not explored deeply enough. She reads like a trailer for a movie we never got, and that, more than anything, is the real waste. I am mad for her. She deserved more than cool owl with wasted potential. Temutai.
Your feeble rescue attempt has failed!
Exciting!
Temutai looks like he wandered in from a completely different villain competition and decided to stay. Huge, loud, and aggressive, this giant water buffalo feels like a mountain that learned how to bully people. He does not enter a scene quietly. He walks in like the floor owes him money. As a smaller villain, Temutai works because he is simple. His job is to dominate, challenge, intimidate, and possibly break a table just by breathing near it. no prophecies, no therapy file, no origin speech. That kind of enemy has a clear purpose. He gives the hero something physical to survive, without forcing the story to open a therapy file. But once you place him beside Tai Lung, the difference becomes obvious. Tai Lung scares you through obsession. Temutai scares you through size, volume, and anger. That is entertaining, but it is not the same flavor. Tai Lung feels like a tragedy. Temutai feels like the final boss of a gym membership. I like him because he brings old school brute force energy. He is the type of villain who would hear a wise proverb and respond by headbutting a door. There is beauty in that kind of simplicity. But perfect villain formula? Not quite. He has power, presence, and attitude, but not enough emotional depth. He is memorable, just not unforgettable. Lord Shen.
Oh, it's your parting gift, in that it will part you. Part of you here, part of you there, and part of you way over there, staining the wall.
Lord Shen is where DreamWorks stopped playing. Tai Lung was powerful, but Shen is elegant destruction. He does not look like the biggest threat in the room, and that makes him even scarier. He is a white peacock with knives, fireworks, trauma, royal entitlement, and the posture of someone who has never apologized correctly in his life. What makes Shen incredible is that his villainy is psychological. He is not only trying to defeat Po, he is trying to erase the living proof that he was wrong. His fear of the prophecy becomes the very reason it comes true. This bird heard one bad prediction and decided the best response was genocide. Calm down. Shakespeare with feathers. His design is beautiful too. The white feathers, red markings, sharp movements, fan-like tail, and metal claws all work together. Every detail makes him feel graceful and dangerous at the same time. He fights like a dancer, but emotionally, he is a burning building. His connection to Po is brutal. Shen is not just another enemy standing in the hero's way. He is the reason Po lost his family. That instantly raises the stakes. Every scene between them carries weight because Po is not only fighting a villain, but also confronting the origin of his pain. Shen's greatest weakness is fear. Powerlessness terrifies him, so he builds weapons. Being forgotten terrifies him, so he grabs control. Fate terrifies him most, so he creates the road to his own ending. Stylish, cruel, tragic, disturbingly funny, and thematically airtight. Shen earns every frame he occupies. DreamWorks really gave us a peacock villain and somehow made him one of the coldest animated antagonists ever. Boss Wolf. Boss Wolf is not a deep villain, but I respect him because he understands the assignment. He has no interest in becoming Emperor of China, chasing spiritual immortality, or reading prophecies and ruining everyone's childhood. He is simply Shen's top enforcer, the middle manager of a very toxic company, showing up every morning regardless. This wolf spends the whole movie doing critical tasks for a boss who would clearly replace him with a cannonball if needed. Yet Boss Wolf keeps showing up like, "Yes, sir, I will chase the panda again, sir." That is not loyalty. That is employment trauma. He stays committed to the shift right up until he realizes Shen sees his entire crew as disposable. What makes him useful is that he shows Shen's power from the ground level. Shen does not need to fight every battle himself because he has followers enforcing his cruelty. That makes the world feel bigger. A villain with an army always feels more dangerous than a villain standing alone in a hallway, shouting about destiny. Compared to Lord Shen, though, Boss Wolf is very basic. Shen has trauma, style, intelligence, and menace. Boss Wolf has armor, growling, and workplace stress. He is not designed to steal the movie. His purpose is to make Shen look more powerful. So, I enjoy him. He is practical, rough, and threatening enough to matter. Boss Wolf is basically the villain equivalent of a sharp tool in someone else's hand. The Boar. The Boar from Secrets of the Furious 5 is one of those small villains who feels like he walked into the story just to test the security system. No sad piano backstory, no moonlight monologue, no betrayal speech. He is just a big, angry boar causing trouble. And sometimes that is all a story needs. The funny thing about him is that he represents the basic version of a Kung Fu Panda threat. Big body, bad attitude, loud confidence, and the belief that violence counts as a personality trait. He is the kind of enemy who probably wakes up, cracks his neck, and thinks, "Today feels like a good day to inconvenience a village." But compared to Shen, he is tiny in meaning. Shen changes Po's entire emotional world. The Boar is more like a training problem. He exists to show how heroes respond under pressure. Not to reshape the story itself, that does not make him useless. It just means he belongs in the warm-up category. I actually like threats like this because they make the main villains look stronger. When you first encounter a simple physical enemy and later meet someone like Shen, the difference becomes stark. One hits walls, the other hits childhood trauma. So the Boar is not legendary, but he is not trying to be. He is the appetizer that makes the main course land harder. General Kai.
Kai has returned!
General Kai is what happens when a villain enters the movie with theme music so powerful that the audience immediately sits up. This guy does not arrive. He invades. He walks out of the spirit realm swinging jade chains like he has been waiting 500 years to ruin everyone's schedule. Kai's entire personality is ego, and that separates him from Tai Lung and Shen. Tai Lung wanted recognition. Shen wanted control over fear. Kai wants his name carved into history, his power known, his legend respected, his existence impossible to forget. The funniest part? People keep forgetting who he is, and it clearly hurts him more than any punch. Imagine being an ancient warrior, and your biggest weakness is poor branding. Visually, Kai is amazing. The jade weapons, glowing eyes, massive build, and heavy movements make him feel ancient and dangerous. In combat, he does not seem like a normal martial artist. He feels like history itself got angry and picked up chains. His powers are terrifying too. Stealing chi and turning masters into jade warriors is not just a defeat, it is possession, humiliation, collection. He turns respected fighters into trophies, which is incredibly cold. But Kai's weakness is that he does not understand what chi really means. He treats it like power to own, not energy to share. Po beats him through connection, community, and self-understanding. Kai tries to collect strength. Po learns to become part of something bigger. So, even though Kai is sometimes more entertaining than emotional, he fits the formula beautifully. And that is why these three villains work so well together. Tai Lung tested whether Po could believe in himself. Shen forced him to face where he came from. Kai pushed him to understand chi, connection, and what real inner strength means. Po did not become the dragon warrior by defeating one type of enemy. He had to master all three battles: the battle of self-worth, the battle with his past, and the battle of spiritual power. That is the formula. What do you think? Which villain did you find the strongest and most memorable, or Kai? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the next video on your screen.